So, how's it going, guys? Shady here, back with another video, and today I wanted to do an updated combo video on Unchained, just showing you all the things you need to know, all the core combos, how to combo with only one Sharvara, and Apollousa lines into Nibiru, for example, to help you play with the new version of the deck. Deck profile for this will be linked down below in the comments and will be appearing at the end of the video. So if you stick around for the whole thing, you'll get to see it at the end. So let's just get into it. So let's start first with how to combo with only one Sharvara in deck. So for this, let's start with the basic combo first, which is Aruha plus Trap. Just really basic one. So how you do this is you're gonna set the trap, use Aruha in your hand to pop it, escape effect, summon from deck the Sharvara that we need, and we link to for Yama, chainlink one Yama, chainlink two Sharvara. Sharvara is gonna get you the other trap, and then we can do a couple things right here. We started with Aruha, so let's go for Sarama. So you search Sarama, normal summon it, you want to activate. You can use Sarama now to change the traps that you want. For this combo, we want to end on escape. So since we have escape on the graveyard, we can just set it and pop the other. If not, if you already have escape on the field, you can instead get Aruha and pop itself to summon from the deck, and it's the same thing. So we're just gonna make sure that Sarama makes it so that the right trap stays on the field. So we're gonna use its effect, get escape, pop the chamber, and chamber effect. It's gonna get Shyama. Now for the new combos, this part has changed, so you go into Rage as always, but now what you do is you go Shyama, pop Rage, Rage effect. It's gonna add back Sharvara to your hand, and you can Sharvara pop the Sarama, and Sarama effect can be an Aruha, for example, and you XC into Caesar. So now you have basically Caesar, as always. You have Aruha on field, so that escape is live, and you also have the normal setup of Yama Rage in the grave. So you have really everything you need and want. And of course now it makes it so that escape, always when you use escape with Aruha, you can get an additional interruption by summoning Unchained Soul, the abominable Unchained Soul. So yeah. Let's also, I already started putting everything away, but let's also look at how this combo plays into evenly matched, because it's straightforward. This new board, how it plays into evenly matched is, you just go evenly matched and you pop both your monsters. And so now you go Aruha, chainlink 1, chainlink 2 Caesar, and right here you could also go chainlink 3 Yama, and only then chainlink 4 Sharvara. You always want to use Sharvara to chain block everything because it's a harder one to negate. So yeah, you could Yama here. You probably would, unless your opponent has a second evenly, but let's be real, no one is going to be playing around two evenlies. It's just done if that happens. But yeah, you could Yama here to play around, I don't know, back row hate. For example, like someone playing Cyclone, because the next part is gonna require you to if you keep Yama, you're going to require to be able to pop the set back row to use Yama later. So I'm just going to use it now. So chainlink 3 Yama, chainlink for Sharvara. Sharvara goes and sets the chamber right here because can also be good follow-up. And chainlink 3, the Yama gets back Rage onto the field. Chainlink 2, it was Caesar, which gets us into our gates to our hand. And the Aruha is going to special summon Rakia from the deck. So you basically still get, now during your opponent's turn, during your opponent's main phase 2, you still get Rakia Pop Trap into Abominable. And this is the one part where if your opponent has Cyclone and you didn't Yama yet, it's bad because then you just lose everything. That's why I just like to Yama already, even though it would play better into like a second evenly. It's just I would rather like guarantee to have Rage on the field in case my opponent can like get rid of Chamber without me popping it with Rakia. So yeah, you just go Rakia, pop this and get the Chamber, for example. And you still have the Dark Contract follow-up, you have Shyama in Graveyard. You still have 3 disruptions on Rage into SP, which is really nice for our setups. So yeah, this is how you normally, with your normal 2-card combo, go into this board, and how it now plays into evenly, what you can keep into evenly, for example. Now we can go now into the 1-card combo, which is Stir Guide. Yes, some people are trying to cut out Rhino, but I still feel like Rhino is good. It still gives you 1-card combo, so it is playable, and I'm just going to show you how you do it, how you play it. So yeah, this is a 1-card combo. It's the exact same setup as before. So you just go Tour Guide, Effect, and it should be here somewhere. You get Rhino, and you can link these two off for Yama. You're gonna go chainlink 1 Yama, chainlink 2 Rhino, and Rhino is gonna get Sharvara, and Yama is gonna get you the Aruha because you already used your normal summon, and Sharvara then gets you the escape because it's the trap you want. Then you go Aruha on escape effect, get you the Sarama, and now you can go Sarama, set back the escape, pop Aruha, and Aruha summons back Shyama, and it's the exact same spot as before. You just go into Rage, Shyama, pop the Rage effect, get the Sharvara, and Sharvara into the Sarama, into an Aruha, which if you want to have more like utility, you could put here Rakia instead. The reason I don't like Rakia is that it loses to Super Poly. Your whole board, every single interaction just goes away with a Super Poly, because you cannot use escape in response, and your opponent gets rid of all your monsters, so you can't escape. You lose the Rakia Pop Trap to revive something, no monster is destroyed, so it's just, you lose everything at all. All the interruptions you had, they are just gone off of that. So that's the reason why you could get Irakia, but I don't like. It plays to Super Poly. If you know what you're playing against and then your opponent is not playing Super Poly, you can summon Rakia, but it depends a lot on what your opponent is playing and if you know what your opponent is playing. So if I am blind and I don't have that information still, I go Aruha always to protect the board. And you just go into Caesar right here. And it's the exact same board, nothing to explain over here. Now, this is where the one combo where it's really awful. It's like, it's not awful, it's just worse. And I really don't like it at all. It's just bad. Let's face it, it's just bad. With the Sharvara, the problem of Sharvara plus Trap is that you don't play, at least as I know, the way I found to still manage to get all the same interruptions. The one thing is that you lose Yama. So this is more like playing around Bestials than board breakers, so DD Crow, stuff like that. It plays around that a bit. Like it only relies on using Yama on your turn from the graveyard, so and the Shayam, of course. So yeah, this doesn't play good into board breakers. This just it's just gonna be ruined by one evenly matched. I just know it. It's not the best at all. It just loses a lot, and I'll show it in a second. Let's just go into the combo demonstration. So you have Sharvara and Trap, you set the Trap, and you go Sharvara, Destroy to summon from the deck. And right here, you can summon anything. You can summon a Shayama if you want, you can summon Aruha. It really does not matter at all. So you link these two into Yama, and same thing as always, chainlink 1, chainlink 2. So you get the trap you're missing, and you get an Aruha for your hand. And now you go Aruha, pop the trap effect to get Sarama. And now you can get the trap that you want, which in my case it's Escape. And I'm going to pop Aruha. And you can really just like summon anything here. If you want to have different names, you can just summon a Rakia here. It doesn't really matter. Because now you just use two monsters. You just use the Yama and another one for a Rage. And you need to use Yama specifically here because it needs to be an Unchained Soul. And Yama is the only soul, and it's how you play the combo anyway. So, but yeah, you just need to keep in mind that that's how you need to do it. And yeah, now you go Shayama, pop here, and you go chainlink 1, Sarama, chainlink 2, Yama. So Yama gets back the Sharvara, and Sarama can get the second Aruha. And you go into Caesar. And this is your end board. This is the only way that I could found to keep the same number of interruptions that the board has. It plays a lot worse into board breakers, but it's the only way. There's not a single other way to make the same interruptions, starting with Sharvara. Just because you cannot get it back from Rage and summon it from the hand. So you stuck to use Yama, and that makes your boards worse because with only Sharvara plus Trap, you don't summon enough to make the same board using two Yamas. So yeah, you just lose Yama, so you need everything to stay on field. and you still get escape, the Caesar, and rage. It's just a lot weaker to board breakers this way. Like, if your opponent evenly, you can at least like go escape and pop these. So you still get some interactions. You can, if your opponent evenly, you escape, pop these, and the escape here is banished face down for evenly, because you need to banish something because you still control rage. And you can go chainlink 1 Caesar, chainlink 2 Aruha, chainlink 3 Sharvara. So yeah, it's not awful into evenly, for example, but you lose a bit. It is awful against like Lightning Storm. You just lose everything. Like, I mean, it still is kind of okay because you can get Sharvara, but it loses so much. So yeah, so Sharvara gets the trap, then you're gonna get the contract for follow-up, and you get a Rakia from deck. So you still get contract follow-up, you still have a good graveyard with everything, but now you only have rage and Rakia pop trap, you know? Yeah, you just go Rakia pop trap into the Abominable, for example. Or if your opponent tries to take control of rage, you just go Rakia pop rage, and rage gets the Sharvara to your hand, for example. Things like that. There's a lot of ways you can play with this. I just feel like it's worse, this board. If your opponent has any way to like any like board breaker except for like evenly, so something like Regeki, Lightning Storm, whatever, you lose rage always. Because you just have no way to get it back from the graveyard once it goes there. So if your opponent forces something like change of heart and whatever, you just lose the rage. And I love rage because it's like the one card that just does so much alone. It's like 3 interruptions, it's insane. Okay, so now let's get into the Apollousa lines. We have Tour Guide plus Trap for full Apollousa line. Then you could also do some plays with Sharvara Trap, but unless you have like an extender, it's kind of iffy, but I can try to show something with that. Let's just start with Tour Guide Trap. And of course, this whole combo gets a lot better if you play a target that isn't Rhino, because Rhino sucks for this line. You cannot use Rhino at all. So let's get into this Apollousa line. You just go Tour Guide here, effect, and you get the Sangan. If you play Sangan, you get Sangan. If not, you can get Rakia, you can get any Fiend from your deck so that you can go into Yama. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you play Sangan like me, Sangan makes this combo a lot better, just because it gives you an extra interruption on top of everything. You would already end on the same types of the same number of like disruptions on field, so it's good to have Sangan. But yeah, if you play Sangan, you summon Sangan here, and you link into Yama. So now I play Sangan, so Sangan needs to be chainlink 1 because it's mandatory, and then you get Yama. So you get Sharvara, and it needs to be Sharvara, because if we want to go into Apollousa, we cannot be a Fiend lock, so it needs to be Sharvara. Otherwise, yeah, there's not much we can do at all. We could probably play like Sarama here if we had summoned like an Aruha instead. It could be possible, but I don't know. I mean, no, you could not get Sarama here because you use your normal summon. So yeah, never mind me. Yeah, you need to go Sharvara here so that you don't get locked. And yeah, Sangan gets you an end trap. I just have here, since this is not like, I have not the whole deck here, I just have the cards to show the combos. So yeah, I only have Valor in here, but what I would search would probably be something like Droll, because going into an already insane board and Droll, it's basically impossible. One thing is to go against a board, one thing is going against a Droll. Going against both, it's almost impossible, because having to play through disruptions and still finding a way to get some go plus in some parts, it's impossible almost through Droll. So I would always get Droll here, but I just have here Valor, so I get Valor. You can get anything. If you're playing something against something like Labyrinth, you definitely add Ash Blossoms here, but yeah. Then we need to set the trap and go Sharvara on the trap. Sharvara summons, and then we get the trap effect. And here we can get something like Shyama. And we can link these two. And we have to link these two into Rage, because Sharvara locks while face up on the field. Then Sharvara effect is going to get you another trap, so you get the other one. And now we can finally go for Apollousa. So you go for Apollousa. And now that we have 2 negate Apollousa, which is the way to go this format, even if you were not Fiendlock at the moment, you could make if you start, for example, with Sharvara, you could make a 3 here. I would rather just link off into Rage still and go 2. The 2 negate Apollousa is just really good right now, because players are playing talents. So the 3 negate Apollousa plays really hard into talents, because then you negate once and your opponent steals, and he has 2 negates for free on your disruptions, which is completely broken. Just simply insane, you know. So yeah, that's why I go to negate Apollousa always. Then you go Shyama, pop the trap, trap effect, and Yama effect. You need to use Yama for these lines, but you don't care, because you have really a lot of crazy power in this board. So Yama gets back your Sharvara, and you can get Sarama right here. And you just go into Caesar, because Caesar just gives you so much. I love Caesar. You should always go into Caesar here, because Caesar will give you insane value. And then Sarama effect gonna get you back the chamber and destroy itself. And this is your hand board. You have 4 disruptions on field with double negate on Apollousa and double summon negate on Caesar. If you play Sangan, you also have an end trap, so 5 disruptions there. And then Chamber can, of course, summon Rage for another 3 disruptions with Rage into SP, into second effect of SP. So yeah, this is the board with Apollousa. The Apollousa lines are actually good, I love them. Let's go back and show how you do play when you play into Nibiru with this. So our graveyard was looking like this, and this was our field. Okay, so this was our board. We had already the Valor, the rest we didn't. This was our board right here, and this is the first moment your opponent can Nibiru, and the correct point of your opponent Nibiruing you. This is summon 5 to get Shyama, and of course, if they let us summon Rage, it's infinitely worse to get Nibiru, Because then your Yama is so much better because it gives you a link tool already for your link climbs when your opponent Nibiru you. So that's why you should always nib around here and never wait for rage. So yeah, your opponent Nibiru's you here. They just activate the rock. You get a token, and then Sharvara activates to get a trap from the deck, so we get the other trap. Because they are forced to, otherwise we go into Apollousa, and that's why we like Apollousa lines. It's basically the only play we have to play around Nibiru with only one Sharvara. Then we go Shayama, pop the trap, and we go Chainlink 1 chamber, Chainlink to Yama. And so Yama gets you the Sharvara, and the chamber can get from your deck really anything at all. We could... Where is it? Actually, you can summon here anything, to be honest. To be really honest, it doesn't really matter what you get here. You could get Sarami. Yeah, you get Sarami here. So then you need to use two fiends. So Sharvara goes to the bottom and use Sharvara. Shayama goes to the bottom and goes Sharvara. And you need to make your second Yama. And then you use the Yama and the token for Anguish. Oh, took another one. And then Anguish effect uses the Nibiru to go into Rage. Then you can go Sarama, set Escape, and pop Rage. And Rage effect gets you the Sharvara to your hand. So this is our end board. It looks like almost nothing, but it is quite good considering you trade it with an Nibiru, which is a heavy hitting card. And this is still quite a bit of interaction. Basically, you can just go like, during your opponent's turn, you can now at any point like Sharvara, pop the Sarama effect into Abominable, and you can Yama right here, but you could also just wait on the Yama and first escape, pop something, and now you can go Yama, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Sharvara. So Sharvara gets you another trap for follow-up, which I love Chamber for follow-up. It goes crazy. And then of course you get the Rage on the field. So you got double disruption, and now you still have another 3 on Rage, plus you have follow-up while trading with a Nibiru. So 5 interruptions after Nibiru is still crazy. Yeah, if you play Sangan, it's 6 because you searched an end trap. So yeah, this is why I like these lines to play into Nibiru. Yeah, the Apollousa line plays more into board breakers, but board breakers are not that popular right now, so we do not really care. I would absolutely put an Apollousa on my field and lose the advantage against board breakers when nobody uses board breakers. Okay, now, so I said I would try to do something with Sharvara Trap, and I am. So let's go into this. So the only good thing about these lines is that they play the same way around Nibiru as the other like unchained, the other like lines you have. How do I say this? It's against the Bureau, it basically gives you the same thing almost, so at least it plays as really well into the Bureau. But without an extender, it's a bit wacky. Let me just show. You get escape, Sharvara pop, then escape effect, and you get you could get Shyama here, but I'll get Aruha. I'll go to Aruha first, and you link these two off for Yama. And you can go Yama chainlink 1, chainlink 2 Sharvara. So Sharvara gives you the trap, and then right here you need to go for Sarama, because both Rakia and Aruha lock you, so you need to go here and you summon the Aruha and pop, and the Aruha effect. It's gonna get Shyama, and this is the first time your opponent can Abiru, but I'll not show it right here. To compensate for this, you could absolutely like Apple for 3, but I don't really think that's good at all. So I'll still go Rage into to negate Apple. Then now we can go Shyama on the trap and go chainlink 1 chamber, chainlink 2 Yama. So we get Rage back, and we get something from our deck, which could be honestly anything. The one bad part is that and why we need an extender, is that we used Sarama. So that's a bummer. We could do like Rakia right here, for example, but it's just off, to say the least. But yeah, let's just do it instead of going to Caesar. This line doesn't go to Caesar, unfortunately. Yeah, you just get 2 random stuff, and you link 2 off. This goes to the grave, to the bottom, sorry. You make another Yama, and you link 2 into like Macracker Rage, and this is the problem. Like, we need another monster on the field to like at least do a decent board. Like, if we had an extender, we could have ended on Caesar plus Rage, for example, which, yeah, could be good, but we just need to find a way to get another extender here. It's the only thing. We need another extender right here. So, like, for example, if you also had like an Aruha on top of this, you could you could pop the Rakia, and that would give you another monster from your deck. And then you could make the Caesar and make the Rage. But yeah, if you want to do a better board instead of what I did with Macracker Rage, yeah, you need another extender to end with these interruptions still. And yeah, you just can't do it because you need to use Sarama first. So if we find a way to put another body on the field, it could work, but yeah, I don't really think it works at all. So yeah, this is the best I can do. It gives you a good battle protection, and it's still 5 interruptions. If your opponent evenly is you can at least like banish these 2, I guess, and at least stay with Rage. And if your opponent tries to battle it off, I mean, not battle it off, but if your opponent tries to remove it, at least like gives you, if it pops you still like, it floats with the Yama, the second Yama we made, and it gives you something back for next turn, like Sarama. So yeah, this line is really subpar. So I would probably, when I see Yama, I would go for the normal line instead of the Apollousa one. Unless I see like an extender in my hand. Because that way you can make a better line. For example, if you had like something like contact here, you could have delayed the Sarama for after Nibiru. So if your opponent like Nibirus you, you could still have where is the Sarama? It's under here, right? So you could still have the Sarama for after Nibiru. So if your opponent Nibirus you, it's still the same, and you can still like go Sarama for the trap, and you have everything. But I don't know. Just the fact that we need to use Sarama so early, it's kind of bad. It's the one thing. It's the one thing. It's just so bad that we have to commit to normal summon Sarama so early. This line, it's the one problem I have with it. Oh yeah, what we can do into Nibiru with this line. So yeah, we had it was Sharvara with this, right? It was Sarama here, this in the grave and this on the field, and we had Yama. Okay, this was the point where your opponent could Nibiru, and so your opponent Nibirus you here. You get a token like here, okay. And what you do is as obvious: Sham on the trap, chainlink one chamber, chainlink to Yama. So now you can get something from your graveyard onto the field, and I would probably get something that you can pop. I would just get like an Aruha, for example, and then from the deck you can get like Rakia. And it's just the same thing. You go into Yama. But here actually you would probably go Griffin. Yeah, this line you need to go Griffin. So you go Rage instead of Yama. And you go these two into Anguish. And now Anguish and the Nibiru into Muck, and Muck revives back the Anguish, and you go for Griffin, and Griffin gives you the chamber and a draw. Yeah, this is the best way to go into Nibiru. It's still to go into Griffin with this line. Otherwise I would just do the other one if you open the tour guide, because the other one is just so much better. It's just so much better to Nibiru, to like just end on 5 disruptions instead of a floodgate that is not even that good at all. But I mean, it's kind of okay, and you can just chamber back Rage here and go for SP as well. But yeah, this is what you do right now. And that will be anything, I think. Oh no, I forgot to do something when I was talking about the combos with only one Sharvara, and which is how do you combo with tour guide if you draw the Sharvara? Because if you draw the Sharvara, you cannot win combo with Rhino, because now Rhino cannot stand Sharvara. So let's, before it ends, combo of tour guide plus Sharvara, just to show you guys how it works. How it goes, you tour guide, and you can get a Aruha here. And I would absolutely get a Aruha, and it's gonna make a difference in terms of resources we use from the deck. Just because we spend less resources if we summon a Aruha right here. It's just about that. But yeah, you just want to summon an unchained monster, preferably a Aruha, so that you spend less resources from your deck. And now you go Sharvara. Here, Aruha gets Shayama. And now you can link two into Yama, and you go chainlink one Yama, chainlink to Sharvara. And so you set the one trap you want from the deck, and you add to your hand the Aruha. And now you go Aruha here, pop the trap to get Sarama. Now you go Sarama, effect, get escape, pop Aruha, and you summon something from the deck. I like Rakia, but it's the same. And now you just link two off for Yama, and you make with the two Yamas one rage. You could probably just link off one of the Yamas first and keep Rakia. Yeah, you would 100% keep Rakia here instead and link off one Yama into the other Yama and then rage. Because then if your opponent Nibiru's you already tries to Nibiru you already have one Yama on the grave, so you can just Rakia pop something and get everything going from there. So yeah, you just need to make double Yama because we already used Sharvara effect. So yeah, this is what is missing from the Sharvara plus trap line, is the extra piece to make the double Yama. And yeah, you can make the double Yama here, which is why this combo can still full combo even when opening Sharvara. So yeah, you go into that, and now you can go Shayama, pop Rage, and you go Rage, Yama Chainlink 1, Rage Chainlink 2, so now Rage can give you follow-up, which is Sarama, and you get Sharvara to the field. And now, if you don't want to play into Super Poly, you would go Shayama, pop here, and get an Aruha from deck, just so that the board doesn't play into Super Poly. Go Caesar, and it's the same thing as ever. You still have Rage Yama in the grave, Caesar, Aruha, and Trap. Exact same end board, and you also get follow-up with Sarama. Sarama is the best one to get for follow-up, because now you can just, during next turn, use normal Sarama, set something from the grave, pop, and you already have two monsters on the field, which is really nice. So yeah. This is how you combo when you open Sharvara and Tour Guide. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed and that my combos were helpful. I hope it was not confusing at all and that you get to learn a lot about this deck and play it and have fun and go and take on your locals. I hope I could help you guys. If I did, drop a like to let me know that you enjoyed this video. Comment if you have any question or suggestion on my lines. I would love to make this better, especially the Apollousa lines with Sharvara. If you can find a way that we can still keep those interruptions, let me know, because I really am just missing a monster on the field to get Rage plus Caesar and Apollousa. If there is a way, please let me know. But yeah, subscribe, never miss any of my future videos, and that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna see you guys next time.